Zambia, the hidden heartbeat of Africa. Welcome to Zambia, a landlocked treasure in the center of southern Africa, a country whose rivers thunder, whose soil glows with copper, and whose people carry a warmth that feels like sunlight. It's a place of untamed wilderness, ancient kingdoms, musical rhythm, and quiet resilience, the kind of place that doesn't need to shout to be unforgettable. A geography woven with water and wonder. Zambia sits right in the crossroads of Africa, bordered by 8 countries, the Democratic Republic of the Congo to the north, Tanzania to the northeast, Malawi to the east, Mozambique to the southeast, Zimbabwe and Botswana to the south, Namibia to the southwest, and Angola to the west. Few nations on earth have that many neighbors. The country's shape, a sort of butterfly stretched across 752,000 square kilometers, holds within it plateaus, mountains, rivers, and valleys that form one of the most breathtaking natural tapestries in Africa. The mighty Zambezi River, from which Zambia gets its name, is the lifeblood of the land. It begins its journey in northwestern Zambia, meanders through Angola, Namibia, and Botswana, then returns to Zambia before plunging dramatically into one of Earth's greatest natural wonders, Victoria Falls, known locally as Mosio Etunya, the smoke that thunders. This waterfall, twice as high and wide as Niagara, sends clouds of mist rising hundreds of meters into the air. Local legend says that the spirits of ancestors live in the roaring water. Standing at its edge, you can almost feel the heartbeat of the continent itself. Beyond the Zambezi, the Luangwa and Kafue rivers carve their way through national parks bursting with life, hippos snorting in pools, crocodiles basking on muddy banks, and herds of elephants trudging through the shallows. Zambia's rivers are not just veins of water, they are arteries of life, shaping cultures, cities, and ecosystems alike. The land of the copper sun. If Zambia has one color that defines it, it's copper, the reddish metal that built its economy, fueled its cities, and earned it the nickname, the Copperbelt Nation. Discovered in the early 20th century, Zambia's Copperbelt region became one of the richest mineral zones in the world. Mines in cities like Kitwe, Ndola, and Chingola powered the nation's independence dreams and funded its early infrastructure. Even today, copper accounts for about 70% of Zambia's export earnings. But Zambia isn't just about what's underground. Above ground, it shines with emeralds, cobalt, and gemstones, including the rare Zambian emerald, known for its deep green color that rivals the finest from Colombia. The country's flag even reflects this spirit, green for its lush land, red for the struggle for freedom, black for its people, and orange for its mineral wealth, with a soaring fish eagle symbolizing freedom and strength. A journey through history. Long before colonial borders were drawn, Zambia was home to powerful kingdoms and trade networks. The Bemba, Lozi, Chua, and Ngoni peoples ruled vast territories, trading salt, ivory, and copper across Central Africa. In the 19th century, explorers like David Livingstone arrived, naming Victoria Falls after his queen, though locals had called it Mosio Etunya for centuries. Livingstone's journeys through Zambia inspired global curiosity about the heart of Africa. By the late 1800s, British colonial rule crept in under the British South Africa Company, later forming Northern Rhodesia. For decades, Zambians toiled in mines and plantations while their land's wealth fueled European expansion. But the spirit of independence was unstoppable. Under the leadership of Kenneth Kaunda, Zambia gained freedom on October 24, 1964, becoming one of the first independent nations in southern Africa. Kaunda's dream of one Zambia, one nation became a guiding principle, uniting over 70 ethnic groups under one flag. During the apartheid era, Zambia became a refuge for liberation movements across the continent, hosting freedom fighters from South Africa, Zimbabwe, Angola, and Namibia. Lusaka, the capital, was often called the headquarters of African freedom. People, language, and culture. Zambia's strength lies in its diversity. With over 19 million people and more than 70 ethnic groups, it's a cultural mosaic where unity thrives despite difference. Major groups include the Bemba in the north, the Tonga in the south, the Lozi in the west, and the Chua and Ngoni in the east. English is the official language, but the melody of daily life is sung in local tongues, Bemba, Nyanja, Tonga, Lozi, and Tumbuka among others. Traditional ceremonies are still celebrated with pride. The Kwamboka festival of the Lozi people is one of Africa's grandest spectacles. When the Zambezi floods, the Lutunga, or king, sails in a royal barge from his dry-season palace to his wet-season palace, accompanied by songs, drums, and thousands of cheering people. It's both a cultural performance and a living connection to Zambia's ancient heritage. Zambians are known for their hospitality, a friendliness so deep that even strangers are often greeted with warmth and laughter. Sharing food, especially nshima, a thick maize porridge served with vegetables or meat, is considered an act of community and love. Wildlife and nature's majesty. If there is a place where you can still feel the wild pulse of Africa, it's Zambia. Over 30% of its land is protected as national parks and reserves, making it a dream for nature lovers and explorers. In South Luangwa National Park, the birthplace of the walking safari, visitors can stroll among giraffes and zebras under the guidance of expert rangers, a tradition started by conservation legend Norman Carr. The park is home to one of Africa's densest populations of leopards. Kafue National Park, one of the continent's largest, covers an area roughly the size of Massachusetts. It shelters everything from lions to wild dogs to the rare puku antelope. Meanwhile, Lower Zambezi National Park offers a surreal experience, elephants wading through the river as tourists kayak quietly nearby. Every year, in Kasanka National Park, a jaw-dropping phenomenon takes place, the largest mammal migration on Earth. Between October and December, over 10 million fruit bats darken the skies, creating a living storm of wings and sound. Zambia's commitment to conservation is strong. The nation has banned big game hunting in many areas and is investing heavily in ecotourism and renewable energy to protect its natural legacy. Modern Zambia, tradition meets tomorrow. Lusaka, the capital, is a city in motion, skyscrapers rising beside open-air markets, art galleries alongside roadside musicians. The Sunday craft market bursts with handmade jewelry, wooden carvings, and bright chitenges, traditional cloths. The economy, once reliant solely on copper, is diversifying. Agriculture, tourism, and renewable energy are growing rapidly. Zambia is also investing in education and technology, with young entrepreneurs driving innovation in fintech, agritech, and digital media. In sports, the national football team, the Chipolopolo, Copper Bullets, remains a source of pride. Their emotional 2012 Africa Cup of Nations victory, won near the site of the tragic 1993 plane crash that killed 18 Zambian players, became one of the greatest underdog stories in football history. The women's team, the Copper Queens, are blazing trails on the international stage too, led by star forward Barbara Banda. Zambia is also a rising cultural powerhouse. Its music scene pulses with life, from the classic Kalingala sound of the 1980s to the electric fusion of modern Z beats, hip-hop, and Afropop. The streets of Lusaka and Ndola echo with rhythm and color, where dance is not just art but identity. A nation of resilience and hope. Despite economic struggles, droughts, and political challenges, Zambia stands tall, not as a perfect country, but as a proud one. It's a nation of problem solvers, dreamers, and doers who find beauty in simplicity and strength in unity. When you stand on the edge of Victoria Falls, feeling the mist on your skin and the earth trembling beneath your feet, you understand why Zambia is called the real Africa. It's not just geography, it's a spirit, a heartbeat that has never stopped since the dawn of time. So, whether you come for the wildlife, the waterfalls, the culture, or the kindness, you'll leave with something far more lasting, the rhythm of Zambia itself. Zambia, where the smoke thunders, and the heart of Africa beats eternal.